Greetings, I'm Demonac, and I don't have time for this Slay the Spire. Much less situational. Okay, Body Slam, deal damage equal to your current block. You could make strategies based on getting a lot of block, but I don't have any cards to support that yet. Pummel deals 2 damage 4 times and then removes itself from your deck. That's 1 8 damage attack, which is not bad, is not great, but if you can get strength later, that can be crazy. And the Intimidate is just 1 weak to all enemies is a little bit weak. I'm going to take the Pummel. I don't think there's any way to see the upgrades on the cards when you're choosing them. You can see in the shop, and you can see once they're in your deck. Like, Seeing Red upgrades to cost 0, which makes it much better. That's effectively plus 1 energy. Clash goes up to 18 damage. Pummel goes up to 2 damage 5 times. It's only adding 2 damage, but I mean, if you have strength, it's crazy. Headbutt goes up to just like 12 damage for 1 mana. That'd be pretty good. Headbutt's a very good card. Really good to get rid of these starting crap cards. Okay, anyhow, let's random event some more. Oh, it's just a fight. I think this is a normal fight. I'm not sure, though. It might be an elite. I think it's just a normal fight, though. Even in the first floor. So these are, I don't know, dead rats with mushrooms growing out of them. So I think it's actually the mushroom that we're fighting, but whatever. They're both going to buff themselves. They also have a thing where if they die, they make me vulnerable for 2 turns, which is plus 50% damage. So it'd be nice if I kill them both at once, so that doesn't happen. I don't have any area damage yet. If I double tap, everything else in my hand is an attack, so I'll be able to go nuts. Double tap. I'm going to clash this guy. Oh no, it's 14. Oh, I was thinking 12 for some reason. No, twice will kill this guy. Because now that made me vulnerable, so I gotta kill him in short order, but I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be able to. Hit him for 9. And then we'll headbutt him, and we'll put the strike back on top, and oh, look at that, I've already won, basically. Unless he gains a lot of hit points or something. Oh, he gains strength, but he's not going to live long enough to attack, so die. No problemo. Explosive Potion. Deal 10 damage to all enemies. That's a good potion to use commonly. Now let's watch me forget to use it for 1,000 years. Okay, another Headbutt. The Headbutt is awesome. And again, I don't even have any deck manipulation yet. When you get... There are lots of cards that let you draw cards. There's an attack that lets you draw a card. It's all kinds of good stuff. I could get another Pummel. Again, I don't have the strength buffs yet, so I don't care about that as much. I'm going to take Whirlwind, because this is a really flexible card. It takes all the energy you have left, so you can't play anything after Whirlwind. If you have 3 energy, it'll spend 3 energy and deal 5 damage to all enemies 3 times. This also benefits from strength a lot, because you can get multiple attacks out of it. If there are cards you don't want to play, this can let you just let them go. If you have no energy left, you can still play this. It does no damage, but you did play an attack if that matters for any effects and stuff. So I find Whirlwind is really good. You wouldn't want your whole deck to be Whirlwinds, but I'm pretty fond of having 1 or 2 or maybe 3. Okay, so here's the path choice again. I wanted to hit that shop. I've got a bunch of money. I definitely want to hit this shop. That's the only shop left. Yeah, so that makes it pretty easy to choose. I got to go this way for now. And then either event or campsite. Probably campsite, because that's a guaranteed card upgrade. And then random, and then thing. So let's see what's in chest number 3. Got 76 gold, which is fine. Letter opener. So this, every time you play 3 skills in a single turn, it deals 5 damage to all enemies. So it counts up. The counts only stays for 1 turn. That's interesting. I don't know if my deck currently supports that, but we'll see how it goes as we go on. So I've got tons of health. 1 fight, if I didn't take damage, I'd be healed up to full. I also have a lot of hit points anyway. Let's go Smith and upgrade one of these cards. I'm not upgrading Bash because I don't like it. If you gotta watch, you can't see the things on this screen. You gotta go in your deck and see, but. Or maybe you can see them there. I don't know. Yeah, that's true. I would see if I choose. Okay. It goes up to 10 damage and 3 vulnerable. So that makes them vulnerable for a very long time. I just don't like they cost 2. But yeah, I can do that for all from this screen. I just remembered. So again, the headbutt would go up to 12 damage, which is solid. Pummel would go up to 5 hits. That doesn't help me that much yet. I think the thing to do, even though I just got it, double tap next 2 attacks played twice is pretty awesome. If I had more energy, if I had a way to get additional energy all the time, that would be pretty strong. But I'm best off, I think, with upgrading the Whirlwind. Instead of X swings for 5, it's X swings for 8. That's a lot. If you get a hand with not many attacks, like, this might be good if you had a deck that had a bunch of, I don't know, it's just good, whatever. We're going to take that. Some fights I'll be able to just obliterate with that. Some fights it might be a bad idea also, but let's go random event and then shop, and then we'll see if we can find any crazy. The random event is a shop. That's annoying and weird. So I could buy, let's see what he's got. There's always one of these basic cards, one of these class cards is always on sale. It makes it cheaper, although this one is a pretty expensive card. And then you get 2 neutral cards that can go for any class, basically. What we have here. 0 mana, enemy loses 9 strength for the rest of this turn, exhaust. If they were just attacking once, this would be about the same as defending for 9. If they were doing an attack that has multiple swings, this could reduce a ton of damage. So, actually not bad, it's kind of strong. There are some bosses there are some enemies that might swing 5 times. And if you do this, you're probably reducing a ton of damage down to like 0 or very little damage. Secret weapon, 0 mana. This also exhausts itself, but choose an attack from your draw pile and place it in your hand. So this is not costing you a card, really. That's pretty sweet. That's also costing a ton, though. You get some potions. There's a regen potion. These are pretty good because there aren't most potions have. Almost all potions are just for that battle. It's like an instantaneous effect, or it only lasts till the end of the battle. But healing 3 hit points per turn for 5 turns, it's hard to get the maximum value out of this. That's a long fight. But that's still gaining 15 hit points if you can swing it. 2 energy, 2 strength, again, just for that fight. But I'm full up on potions. What do we have for... I can't afford the shovel, which is a weird item. The shovel is when you go to a rest site, in addition to the rest option and the upgrade option, you have a dig option, which can get you more loot, I guess. I had the shovel once, I've never actually dug. I needed the hit points at the time. The Molten Egg, whenever you add an attack card to your deck, it is upgraded. That's so good, it doesn't matter what anything else is, I kind of have to take it. So also the Dreamcatcher, whenever you rest, you may add a card to your deck. So just like you add a card when you win a fight, when you rest, you get to add a card to your deck. Which is interesting, but I wouldn't pay money for that. Whereas this, I don't see how I can not pay the money for that. I'm going to gain a lot of cards over the rest of this run, unless I die soon, and upgrading a lot of them are going to be attacks, and upgrading all the attacks is amazing. He's also got another Clothesline, a Twin Strike. Impervious here is just gain 30 block for 2 energy, and then it removes itself from your deck. If you have some crazy block-based strategy, like that thing that lets you do damage equal to your block, that's pretty strong. But usually it's not. I mean, trust me, it's good. There are sometimes you want to be able to block 30 damage on turn, but 2 energy is a lot. Intimidate, I've passed up a million times. Combust is pretty cool. Combust is power, so again, it lasts the whole fight once you play it. And at the end of your turn, you lose 1 hit point. So every turn you lose 1 hit point and deal 4 damage to all enemies. You can upgrade it to be 5 damage. That's a good point, actually. What's the upgrade on this? Choose an attack from your draw pile and place it in your hand, and it doesn't exhaust itself, so it stays in your deck. Oh, that's such amazing deck manipulation. Oh, no! I wanted to right-click on that to see, and I just left-clicked it. I am so goddamn bad at this thing. So, we're not going to get the Molten Egg of Easy Mode. Okay. God damn it. I can't believe that. Yeah. What does it upgrade to? It's actually, it may totally save my ass at some point, but having all my attacks for the rest of the game, loses 50 strength. That's strong even on 1 attack. That is actually a very good card. The money cost wasn't that high. The cost of not buying this thing, I've never had this thing. Anyhow, well, now I can afford the card removal service. So let's do that, and then we'll see if I want to buy anything else. What do we got now? Defense, attack. We want more attacks than defense anyway. Now that I've got this, I think I can take out another defend for my deck. Those things get in the way of my clashes and stuff. It costs energy. That's So you can only do that once. Next time it'll cost 100. Do I even want any of these cards? That you take 1 damage and deal 4 damage to all enemies. This is pretty good. It really is. It doesn't stay in your deck, because again, once you played it once, then it's out of your hand. I think I am going to take this. That area damage is good, and if I get any effects later on that, like the 1 hit point per turn, not a big deal. But if I get any effects that benefit from losing hit points, which the class has some of, it's pretty good. I don't need any of these other cards, even if I could afford them. Oh yeah, and now I don't have any money for the next shop, so I guess I'm not going to the next shop. We'll take a random event again. That is so messed up. Alright, these guys, they have this buff that's like the next time you hit them, they gain that much block. Which is not really that impressive. Combust probably kick their asses. Actually, if I play Combust, then I'll be able to play the Clash, so we're definitely going to spend an energy on that. Clash is amazing. So if I Clash him, he just dies. He won't even live long enough to do his armor. So he was going to attack, he's going to, like, buff himself. But, yeah. So 9. That's right. I've got them. They're going to take 4 damage from Combust. So, really, if I hit them each once, they're just going to die. I think. Actually, no, his armor might protect him from the Combust, right? Yeah, okay. Combust should waste his buff, I think. So, let's just... no, 6 is not enough. This would do 8, so that would be enough. I guess the 6 would have been enough because of the Combust. Duh. Oh, hey, that didn't even trigger his thing. Oh, he's so screwed. Okay, he gained some strength, and it also gave him more of his, like, buff thing, but whatever. Yeah, so we're going to, seeing red, get an extra energy, and then we're going to quad whirlwind him. And it only took 1 hit to kill him, because he doesn't get the armor until after he's been hit. Ah, and I forgot to use any potions. Okay, strength potion, that's plus 2 damage for the rest of combat. I'm going to get rid of this thing. It could probably save my butt at some point, but I don't know. Doesn't usually matter. I want another Clash, which is pretty good. Feel no pain. So it's a power. Whenever a card is exhausted, gain 4 block. I don't think I have enough combo stuff for that. Iron Wave, though, is gain 5 block and deal 5 damage. It's not that big an attack, but it sure as hell a great replacement for defend later if I can get more defends out of my deck. Okay, so now I could go this way, random, and in elite, and I'm going to still get a chance to heal at the end. So that's better. I'll get better loot from the elite, so we're going to go that way. What do we have? The random is a chest, so I get the... oh, this is awesome. Thread Needle, at the start of each combat, I gain 5 plated armor. Plated armor is a buff. It's basically every turn gain that much armor. But in every time you take hit point damage, you lose one level of plated armor. So if an enemy hits me for 6, this will stop 5, and then the plated armor will go from 5 down to 4. If an enemy hits me for 10, this will still stop 5, and then go down to 4 for future rounds. If an enemy hits me for 5 or less, the armor will eat it all, and it won't get reduced. That's going to be worth a lot of hit points. Okay, what kind of elite we have? We have these triangle thingies. Okay, so these guys put crap cards in my deck, and they do damage, and they're just going to alternate back and forth. I think they're 100%. Whatever their starting state is, every round they're going to debuff 1 round, next round attack. Debuff 1 round, next round attack. They also each have 1 copy of that artifact buff from the potion. So they each ignore the first debuff on them. That has no effect on attacks. So I could whirlwind and hit them for a bunch of damage. Do I combust first? I think I'm going to combust, because over the course of the fight, I think that's going to be worth more than the 1 whirlwind swing this turn. It takes 2 turns to add up, but that's fine. We'll whirlwind them. Hitting them all for that much is way better than I could do for a single target. I wasn't going to kill them anyway. Get that 4. It's too bad I won't get my whirlwind back for long. So those things, they're just, when you draw, they're putting them in my discard pile for now. So when my deck gets reshuffled, I'll get them. Every time you draw one of those, it's just like a dead card, and then it's it's ethereal, which means it kind of like exhausts itself after it's a dead card in your hand. So Headbutt would give me back the Whirlwind, which would be pretty sweet. It would probably kill them. So maybe if I do that and then just go all defensive this round, which my hand seems to support, sounds like a plan. Or I could kill one of them. Can I? No. 9, 5. I'm not going to be able to kill even... Oh, no, he'll die from the combust. Okay, hello. So let's get back to Whirlwind next round. That'll, like, kill everything. I'm going to Iron Wave him, which will mostly kill him, and it gave me a little bit of armor. And then I'm going to Dark Shackles this guy, because I don't think they're going to last. Like, they're not going to live that long. It doesn't matter. Hold on. Does that... That didn't reduce his attack? Okay, now I can't even see it. Okay, if that only reduces strength that they... That's... If that only reduces... Oh, no! Okay, it's because his artifact thing ate it. That's my dumbass problem. Never mind. There's no point in doing this, because I can't do anymore. Okay, I was getting worried that it didn't work the way I thought it did. But yeah, you can go to negative strength, definitely. I knew you could. So the problem was just that they have the thing that eats one debuff. So he ate my debuff. Boo. If I Whirlwind for 24, it'll just kill them all. So I could do double... Actually, let's double tap. And then Whirlwind twice for twice. Yeah. Die. Whirlwind, very good. Okay, 26 gold. My artifact I got from them is just +1 strength every fight. Okay. I forgot to use any potions because I'm an idiot. Although I'm ended at full health, so I guess it doesn't matter. I don't really need the energy potion. Add a card. I think you get higher rarity cards from the elites as well. So this is gain 8 block and draw a card. That's pretty good. And this would combo with my Headbutt, right? I could Headbutt some card on top of my deck and then play this and draw it. Or I could Battle Trance, which draws 3 cards for 0. But you can't play any more card drawing this turn. Or the War Cry, which draws 1 card. So it's basically just replacing itself. And actually it's worse than that, because then you take a card from your hand and put it on top of the draw pile. So that's not great, although you can save a card for next turn. It's very strategic. If you upgrade this, then it draws 2 cards. So at that point, you're getting some... It's actually giving you pretty good hand manipulation, because you're gaining 1 card. Like, you're spending 1 card to draw 2 cards. So that's a net gain of 1 card, which then turns back into not a net gain. So you end up with the same number of cards, but you got to see you're going through your deck faster, and you got to put 1 card back on top, like out of your hand. So whatever. I kind of like it if it's upgraded, but the Battle Trance, the question is how many skills that I can't easily just play all the time are in my hand. There's getting to be less and less, because this costs 0, so that's fine. I can just play it if I have to. This costs 1. It's not a skill, but non-attack card. This gains me energy when I play it, so that's not a hindrance. Double tap, defends are the ones that get in the way of clash, basically. Because I want to be able to Battle Trance to get more stuff. I think I'm going to take the Battle Trance. I think that drawing 3 cards is pretty good. Then let's go over here. We can upgrade a card. I'm at full health, so we got no reason to rest. I still don't have any good combos for, like, the double tap, so I don't need that. Upgrading Bash just goes up to 10 damage. It's not that great. Kind of thinking I should upgrade the Headbutt, although, man, the Dark Shackles, or Iron Wave also, upgrade this, it goes to 7 block and 7 damage, which makes it a much better defensive card than it was. Battle Trance would just be draw 4s. Clash is 18 damage, but that's circumstantial. I'd rather upgrade the Headbutt, I think, because I'm going to play the Headbutt just about all the time. The Seeing... Oh, I would have more energy. Now, okay. Now that I have the card drawing from the Battle Trance, I'm going to upgrade the Seeing Red. So this is actually +2 energy now. We're going to see how that works out. Although I may wish I'd upgraded the Shackles. This guy doesn't multi-attack that much, I don't think. He's a big slime. He's the slime boss. So he's going to deal 9 damage this turn. Oh, that's strategic and 9 damage. So he's going to debuff me and do 9 damage. Awesome. I could waste the dirt. I don't feel like he's a multi-attack guy, so I don't actually think it matters if I waste this now just to stop that damage. Do I have any defense in my hand? I don't. Do I want to spend the Seeing Red so that I can bash, combust, and pummel? Because if I hadn't upgraded the Seeing Red, I would just do it, because it's just gaining 1 energy. It seems like kind of a waste. The Combust is doing 1 damage to me every turn, 4 damage to him. He has more hit points than I do, but it's going to go pretty fast. I think I am going to bash him no matter what. So it's just, I can do 1 of these. The fight's going to last a while. I might as well do this. I think I'm going to save the Seeing Red for later. Do this. I'm going to waste the Dark Shackles. So he's got -9 strength only for 1 turn. He's going to deal 0 damage next turn. I'm going to take that damage at some point, and unless he's doing multiple attacks, it doesn't matter. Okay, so question marks is unknown, which means he's probably doing something weirder than buffing or whatever. Often it means summoning minions, actually, but who knows? So he's not. You know that the question marks is not an attack. It doesn't have a damage number, so you don't actually need to worry about defense. That's it. One of the things. This counts as an attack, so it doesn't mess with my clash. It's not a defense card. I guess we're going to use the upgraded strike because it hits pretty good. And I don't know what I'm thinking about. I can actually play my entire hand, so we just play my entire hand. That's a lot of damage to him. Having the vulnerable on him at the start was pretty good. Oh, he's going to split when he's at 50% hit points or less. Right now he's at 71. He's just over that as if I planned it. So he's not actually going to split. Never mind. So he canceled whatever he was doing, and now he turned into 2 slimes. So 1 can debuff and 1 can attack. That's unfortunate. If I could have reduced his hip, if I could have left him at 71 and then done a whole turn worth of damage, then he would, instead of, now there's just as many hit points as we started with, just about. Whereas if I could have kept him at the 71 and then hit him for 20 damage the next turn, these would be smaller, right? But, oh well. If I battle trance, I can see what's left in my deck. Strike, Headbutt, Whirlwind, Double Tap. Battle trance, I could get the Whirlwind and Double Tap. That would do pretty good. I mean, this is the one fight, this is the boss of the level, so my hit points will reset for the next level, the next stage of the whatever thing. So let's do this. Let's see if I can get that. I got the Whirlwind, but no Double Tap. Boo. Do I want to bring something back? It's tempting to bring back the Battle Trance, but once you play Battle Trance, you can't draw any additional cards. It'll just ignore any card drawing, so that's no good. Here's my hand. I can't play the Clash right now. Oh, the Headbutt's for next turn, right? So, you know what? Do I want to put back the Seeing Red for next turn? I think I'm going to put back the Seeing Red. The Headbutt is doing more damage than 1. Oh, this is 9 damage to all of them. Wait, I should have done this. I should have done the Strength potion at the start of my turn. Oh, I can do the Energy. So then I'd be doing 9 times 5, which is 45. If I use the Strength and the Energy, then I'd be doing 11 times 5, which would be 55. And if I did the 10 damage, that would not actually kill them. I should have done the Strength potion at the beginning of the fight. Idiot. Wow. Kind of annoying. I could do the weak to him. He'd do less. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna be hard. I should stop thinking about it so much. Let's just murderize them. Yeah. I'm gonna Headbutt. I do slightly more damage to 1, but not to both. But I want to put back I think the Seeing Red. Let's do that. For next turn. And then we'll just Whirlwind them for 18. Probably the wrong way to do it, but it doesn't look like I'm being threatened particularly. Oh, if I'd done the 55 using all the potions, it would have killed them. I'm an idiot. I probably should have used the strength potion anyway, because I'm just never going to. I mean, I'd never use the potions. Okay. Let's just obliterate them. See, I don't need the potion now, because this is going to annihilate them. It's like the first one did 36, and it was like, double tap, go again. Okay, a bunch of gold, add a rare card. There's the impervious thing. Barricade is block no longer expires at the start of your turn. That's interesting. Oh, it costs 3. That's like a good power, but my deck's not built to support that, and it's just not, yeah. And Berserk, if your hit points are 50% or less, you get an extra energy all the time. And this only costs 1 to do. That's tough. This would be awesome with this, but I think that power is just too expensive to use. I don't really want to be at, like, less health, but I'm going to take... this is just going to block a card anyway. I'm tempted to skip, but I'm going to take the impervious, because it might save my butt sometime, but it's probably mostly going to get in the way, and I'm going to be pissed off that I took it. Okay, then you get to choose your relic from the boss. The boss relics are more powerful, obviously. Lizard Tail, when you would die, heal to 50% of your max hit points instead. It only happens once. That's pretty strong, but it's not as fun for the rest of the time. Runic Cube, whenever you lose hit points, draw a card. That could be nuts. Although if you get cursed a bunch is bad. There's some strategies this would be amazing with. If I had the card Anger, that would be like amazingness to go through my deck that fast. This is draw 2 additional cards each turn. Start each combat confused. Confused, you know those Hearthstone Tavern Brawls where they randomize the cost of all the cards? Confused will randomize the cost of all the cards you draw. So this would be adding a lot of RNG into my otherwise fairly deterministic game. But even then, every turn I can choose what to do, and I know what they're all going to do, right? This is draw 2 additional cards, and they're always confused. Some of them might cost 0, some of them might be too expensive. I think I actually have to take this because it's really good. And I'm sure it'll drive me nuts, which you guys will probably enjoy. So, Act 2!
If you want to see more of this hit the like button, and check out Tales from My D&D Campaign on youtube.com/Demonac.